one word which makes the link between both of them, and that word is excellence. Actually, personal excellence. Ethics, first of all, is not just about some rules or commandments that tell us what to do, or from the business point of view, that tell us how we cannot get rich, because there are some commandments that prevent us from becoming rich and doing easy things. Ethics is all about a life worth living, an excellent life. Actually, is science, a part of philosophy that teaches us how to live a full life, a happy life. And leadership is how do we put that into the context, in this particular context of the business world? How do we help ourselves and then help others in the pursuit of this excellence through the practice of virtues, through the practice of courage, through the practice of justice, through the practice of humility, magnanimity. There is a second word, if I may say, which is service. So leadership is not just to shine, leadership is to illuminate. So to help others to get the potential, or to make the potential to become into success. And this is a call for service. This is ethics at the highest level of excellence. The ethical values are the foundations, the premise. That's one of the biggest difference between just being ambitious or being magnanimous. Ambition nowadays in the business world is a virtue, right? I mean, whenever you go to a business interview, a work interview, you have to say that I'm an ambitious person. Otherwise, you don't get the place, right? You don't get the job. Well, that's is a misunderstanding, in my opinion, because ambition is just the sake of glory for the sake of it. Let's say the sake of glory for the benefit it brings to me, whereas magnanimity is the seek of great things for the greatness that they have, for the service that I can offer to other people through those great things. And this is what virtuous leadership is about. There are different leadership styles, right? Some of them actually are more, as you said, styles, strategies, different kinds of management, like management by tasks, management by objectives, which are more linked to transactional leadership, even to transformational leadership, which is, in my opinion, a very good kind of leadership. But virtuous leadership is more linked to leadership by missions, or let's say management by missions, which is transcendental leadership. That's not a style. It's actually a lifestyle. It's a way of living where you think of other people before you. You think, I'm a leader because I have to serve. It's putting the pyramid upside down. I'm at the peak, but the peak, let's put it upside down, so that I have to bear the burden of the whole institution to make it flourish. So. If we think of leadership and management just as a way, or let's say answering the question, how do I get you to do what you have to do? Then if, going back to your previous question, if my ethical values are not the right ones, this relationship between you and me can fall into manipulation. But if I consider leadership as how do I grow myself and how do I help you to grow, then this relationship can become flourishment. Virtues change not only our behavior, but virtue changes our attitude, our way of thinking, the things we like. Virtues help us to strive for the good that we see in everything. And this becomes natural. And that's the way then, whenever you see another person, you see a person who has the full right to flourish the same way as you want to do it. And that's why you want to elevate him, elevate her. towards his or her personal excellence. You don't see him or see her just as a unit of production. And then you don't think, you don't make money, you don't make sense. Your way of thinking is completely different, because you're not just a manager, you are a leader that wants the best from everyone in the institution you work for. I would repeat these two key terms, excellence and service. Actually, excellence in service. You see some companies that whenever they ask you, how can I serve you? Actually, what they mean is, how can I sell you, right? So what can I do in order to sell whatever I have to you and to make a profit? In this institution, instead of I excel to, or let's say I excel to sell, what I think here, what I observe is I excel to serve. So service is behind everything. That is not a strategy in the institution. Service is a call, and I can see that in the faculty, I can see that in the administration, and I can see that in the students. So the school wants to instill this way of thinking in the students. The involvement the students have in class is extraordinary. I see that they are committed, as well as the institution itself is committed to leadership in order to improve this society, in order to improve this nation. First of all, you have to be very patient with yourself and with the others, because the journey, we have to admit, that is a long one. It's a lifelong project, and we can always get better and better. I would start, obviously, with the practice of virtues in the small things, and the understanding basically of two virtues, humility and magnanimity. Once people understand these two virtues, the connection they have to service, then we can start having the other ones. We have to change our mindset into a mindset of service. Usually what I tend to say is that we have a mission. Every one of us has a mission, and that mission is like a diamond. It's a jewel that we have to polish, and we have to make it shine so that it eventually illuminates. How do we do that? How do we polish that jewel that we have? First of all, with the virtue of humility, we understand our mission, because humility is the habit of being in truth, and is the virtue that helps us to serve others. Then the next step is, with the virtue of magnanimity, I want to serve, to accomplish my mission in a magnanimous way, in a grandiose way. How do we do that? Through the practice of the other virtues, through the practice of justice, through the practice of self-control, prudence, fortitude, courage. And with those virtues and the other ones, we polish that diamond, so that eventually, if I myself, and the other ones around me try to do the same, the whole working community becomes a big jewel. The long-term impact is a life of service, a life of better work. The quality of work definitely will improve. Why? Because we consider work as a service of others. And since I want to serve in an excellent way, I will work and I will render in a much better way. And then the end of it is excellent ethical life, which means a full life of happiness. We'll have people working better and being much, much happier.